Okay, so we're streaming live now, and this is really cool about connecting your streaming equipment to using a computer. And right now I'm using the Mac Mini 2012 for those of you who are wondering, which is really cool because I don't think that a lot of people are going to notice any difference in quality, because basically I'm streaming with exactly the same equipment that I usually have, which is basically my Logitech Brio camera and my Blue Raspberry. In today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about Article 13. I made a post in the community tab just a little while back, and I'm going to be talking about it in a moment or so. I just want to give a little bit of time so a few more people at least show up for the live stream. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. How are you doing? Wednesdays. Well, I'm tired. Having my coffee here. Let's see if anybody shows up. I'm just gonna go. I don't see a lot of people showing up for the live stream. That's okay. I didn't inform a lot of people that I was gonna live stream. In fact, this just occurred to me like a few minutes ago that I was gonna live stream, because I felt like, you know what, it's been a while since we did a live stream, and I wanted to talk about something a bit personal, and that is basically the new Article 13 thing, and I just wanted to share some thoughts on it. So this is something that's been on my mind for a couple of months now. I've known about it, and before I really get into it, I just want to say, like, in short, the new EU legislation, there's a new a law that's been approved as of recently, where basically, just to keep it really short, social media platforms like YouTube are going to be held accountable for people uploading stuff like copyright material, and it's not going to be like a user could get a strike or they can just get banned. I mean, that's probably all going to still be, but hey Mark, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you here. I wasn't going to live stream, but just thought I would make a little video, and then I was like, you know what, I could live stream, why not? Okay, so I'm apologizing, I'm probably going to be repeating myself every time I see a couple of new people. I apologize about that. The topic of today is just the new Article 13 thing, and in short, it's basically going to mean that YouTube is going to be held accountable for basically every user who uploads copyright material. And YouTube has basically responded that if this law gets approved, they're not going to be able to monitor everything on their platform. And what this means is that they're not going to allow for people in the European Union, in EU, like Sweden, where I am currently, they're not going to be able to upload to YouTube. Which means I'm not going to be able to upload videos. This is again just in theory. This is just something that how YouTube has responded to the Article 13 thing, and I definitely think that this is going to have some kind of impact on European vloggers, one way or the other. Now, what's really sad to me is that, I've been like, if you look at my videos, with the exception of one video, you won't find any copyright material. I didn't use thumbnails with movie screens or anything like that. The music that I have on my channel, I've done it by myself in GarageBand. So it's kind of sad, you know? Hey, what's up, man? It's fun to see some people showing up to the live stream. Really appreciate you showing up, guys. Just wanted to talk about Article 13. Now, I'm hoping that Article 13 will get somehow disproved, or I don't know, maybe it will be on the work table, and maybe YouTube will find a way to cooperate with the European Union, and it won't affect us, you know, creators on YouTube, our YouTubers. This is not going to affect the US market because they are not legislated by European laws and such. So it's just for the European vloggers. So I'm thinking like PewDiePie, I'm thinking SuperSaf, like Mr. Who's the Boss, for instance. There are tons of really cool YouTubers in Europe who are probably gonna have to move or something if this, you know, comes through. And it's sad, you know, it's really, really sad. Also, I just wanted to mention, by the way, that I will be starting a new channel where I do more of my personal videos, more like philosophy videos, and I'm gonna keep this channel all about tech, just pure, honest talk about tech, because I think that there are a lot of people who they don't want to hear me rabble, like on this video here today, where I'm talking about some European legislation. Like, who cares about that? Just shows the stuff, shows the videos, Vinny. And I get that, you know, and that's the whole point. I really want to keep on doing it, but I think it's important that I get to talk about it. So I'm not gonna make too many videos on this topic on this channel, but again, I am starting a new channel, and it's gonna be called Coffee with Vinny. Because let's face it, when I get big and deep, then yeah, Mark, you know, I'm working on it, and it's gonna happen. Like, I can feel this deep urge. Like, you know, it's interesting. I have these videos where I want to talk about, I just want to talk about Cobra Kai. And so I started a channel on Cobra Kai. It's called Vin Ginfield Dojo, and it's growing. I have over 100 subscribers, and it's really cool because I know that the people who subscribe to that channel, they're just there for the Cobra Kai stuff. And then I have this tech channel, and there is a deep need, not just from you guys, but from me myself. You know, I want to talk deep stuff, you know, like I have some thoughts, some deep thoughts. You know, I've been listening a lot to, you know, Jordan Peterson, for instance. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's been on my mind a lot lately, and he does have some interesting thoughts. I don't agree with everything that he says, but it makes me feel that I want to talk some philosophy stuff. You know, I got some crazy things going on in here. So yeah, going back to the Article 13 thing, just want to mention that I honestly think that Article 13 is an important thing. I really do, because I think that when we live in a kind of society where you have to protect your work, you know, your product, whatever it is you put out there, you have to have some kind of protection. And Article 13, even though it will mostly protect big companies like Sony, it's there for a good cause. You know, social media platforms, they should take some responsibility in the fact that a lot of people, you know, who get AdSense revenue, who get sponsorships for pushing out content that they have not created themselves. So I get that, you know, I think there's a need for it. And I think that the European Union or Parliament, they're trying to force YouTube to develop the kind of technology that would enable them to screen such content. And I think it's absolutely possible, but it's difficult from a technical standpoint. It's not that easy to screen out all that video material, you know? Yeah, he talks a lot about colleges. Jordan Peterson, there's a comment in the comment, and you know, since this is a live stream, I absolutely have to, you know, talk about this stuff here also. So yes, exactly. Jordan Peterson talks a lot about colleges, about genders, different genders. Like there are like 70 types of genders in Canada, where it's a whole story, and I feel like I have to go in to make a video on each and everything. I think I'm gonna have like a Jordan Peterson week where I just talk about all the different stuff that he says, and then I put my opinion and view on the whole thing. But yeah, safe spaces and stuff like that. Also about the whole idea that that society is like a man-dominated patriarchy, and that's also something interesting to discuss. I'd really like to know his opinion on this whole Article 13 thing. What's up, Mancini? So happy that you could join us here today. This live stream came out of the blue. I wanted to talk a little about Article 13. I know I'll be repeating myself. I don't know how long I'm going to live stream. I'm a bit tired. I've been working all day. It's in the evening here, so, you know. I think that the European Union, they're having a really good thing here, that they're trying to push some kind of a compromise between copyright infringement and technology. But YouTube is basically saying it's technically speaking not possible. And so there are a lot of people who have commented that YouTube are the ones to blame here. And I don't think it's YouTube who's to blame here. And again, I don't think European Union is also to blame here. It's just that I think it's sad that when European Union is protecting creators, they're doing the exact thing that they're supposed to uphold. They're supposed to do one job, and that is to protect small people from being run over by big companies. And that's what's happening here, because YouTube has basically said they're not going to be able to control all the millions of YouTubers in Europe who are uploading daily, and they're only going to be able to allow European companies to upload. And that's, to me, it sounds like they're doing the very thing that they're supposed to protect us from, which is a situation and a market where big companies decide. Now, I don't know if big companies are the reason, if big companies are the people who have actually forced the European Union, you know, to pull this legislation through. I don't know. All I know is that right now, and I'm just being honest here, I'm actually kind of terrified that I will not be able to upload YouTube videos. That's really gonna suck. Like that's really gonna be sad. Now I'll find a way to express myself creatively, to just talk. Mark, quick question. Are you listening to my podcast? Because all of these episodes, including this live stream, I also publish as podcasts for those of you who just want to listen to me talk. I mean, let's face it, there's not that much to actually show. There's not a lot of editing. Mostly it's just me talking. So my material actually works pretty good as a podcast. And I mean, again, I like that part probably will not disappear. I can't imagine how it would disappear. So I'm kind of hopeful about it. I still see hope. I think something good is coming out of this. It's just sad to me that this year started out with me being so happy and proud that I was getting, you know, AdSense. And then, you know, they put up that new policy, and I've told you about it a million times, but, you know, they had that new policy, and what happened was I became desperate, and in pure desperation, I started to do a lot of sub for sub. Basically, I went to channels and I asked people to subscribe to me. I didn't really know at the time how YouTube worked. I was just purely desperate, and YouTube deleted my channel, and this was in February, I think, and I was just so destroyed. And what's even sadder is that what's really sad, like, and also optimistic, is like it's the coolest thing ever, and it's the whole idea that I just morrowed for 5 minutes and then I just started a new channel, or technically I went back to an old channel. And it took me about 6 months to get AdSense back, and I was super happy. I'm super proud because it's not a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money. I made a video where I talk about how much money I make on YouTube. And it hasn't changed. Trust me, I'm not making millions here. It's definitely not enough to, quit working, quit my day job. It's definitely not enough for about that. But I swear, like, the money that I make through YouTube is the best money that I make ever. Like, it's the coolest money I've ever made. Any job, any work, anything I've ever done, this is by far the coolest money I've ever made. Simply because of the fact that I've had a lot of fun doing it, like doing these live streams, just getting super chats, or just having the ads in front of my videos, or even through Patreon. It feels so good to be able to earn a little bit of money through doing something that you love. Like, it's the best feeling in the world, and I really hope that everyone could experience that feeling. I really do. Like, even if it's like $50 or $10 per month, it's a really awesome feeling to get paid for something that you love doing. I think Gary Vee said it the best, like, it's not about how much you make, but how you make it. I think that's so furiously true. So I'm kind of sad about the whole European Union Article 13 thing. I'm sad that YouTube is also not protect. I mean, I can't really find anyone to blame here. I think it's difficult for all parties, but it saddens me that the people who have done nothing wrong, people like me, I really haven't, like, with the exception of one video, which I probably should delete as we're speaking right now, but I should probably delete it just so I'm in the clear. But other than that video, and for those of you who are wondering which one it is, it's I made this one video where I'm talking about Usual Suspects. It's a movie, and I actually do show pictures from the movie itself. I don't think it's enough to go to prison or anything like that, and I even think it can be used under fair use. But it's the one video where I actually use material that I haven't created myself. So I think it sucks that a lot of YouTubers like myself who are gonna have to suffer in one way or the other because some YouTubers ruin it for the rest of us. And to be completely honest, I don't really blame the YouTubers either, because I spend a lot of time actually talking to people whenever I see a YouTuber who posts something that I know he or she did not create. I always ask, how did you get permission to use that photo? And they always say the same thing. Oh, I have a right to show it because of fair use. And I've made a video about that. Like, it's a myth. For most parties, for most situations, I'd say like 99%, when you see something from a movie, like a scene or a clip or a picture or something, 99% of the time it's not fair. It's not fair use. Like, they did not have the permission to use the material. So yeah, again, this whole Article 13 thing, it's sad because I feel it punishes the wrong people. It punishes me, which is really sad, because all I ever wanted, ever since I started doing this YouTube thing, was to just, I don't know, just to connect to people, just to make people's lives just a little more fun. Maybe people are bored. Like, I've gotten so many very nice comments from you guys. People, what's up, Oswaldo? What's up? Nice to see you here. Just talking about Article 13 and how basically the European Union wants to ban me from YouTube. I'm not exaggerating. It is a fact. They want to stop YouTubers, European YouTubers, from making videos. Sad fact. And once again, historically speaking, where did I order my Cobra Kai t-shirt? Dude, it's that t-shirt. It was ordered from a Swedish t-shirt store. I don't think they were No, you know what? It was actually a British t-shirt store. So I could figure out where it was exactly from. Tell you what, if you follow me on the community tab on my channel, I'm gonna put it up in a few hours. Okay, I'll find a link, and somewhere in my emails I do have an order confirmation where I got the t-shirt. So yeah, where was I? This is the difficult part about, you know, doing live streams. You're trying to reply to questions, and hey guys, I really love it when you do write questions in the, you know, in the chat. I really love it because it feels like you're actually there, you know. So Article 13, I tried to make myself feel better just by thinking that, you know what, if there's any way to upload videos or pictures or audio, I will find a way to do so. So thanks, Oswaldo. Really, thanks for the support. Really love it. I'll find a way. There is always going to be a way for me to express myself. And this just makes me really understand the value of YouTube in essence. Just the idea that I can upload videos or even live stream like this and connect to, well, I'm sorry for using the word millions, but I can technically connect to millions of people. I mean, I've had 1 million views on my channel. So, you know, it's just sad. It's just really sad because it's just so frustrating. It really is. Thank you. Yes, is the European Union afraid of free speech? That's a good question. You know, I think that free speech, it's sort of like, and I think this is all over the place. This is in Europe, this is in America. I think that free speech is allowed as long as if you talk about the right things. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have free speech anywhere in the world. I don't think that there is a single country where you can technically say whatever you want. So, you know, also, this is a topic for my new upcoming channel. It's going to be called Coffee with Vinny. Hope you're going to subscribe to that channel because there's going to be a lot of talking. And I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble and probably the channel is going to get deleted. But, you know, with Article 13, I guess it's just a matter of, you know, which one will take me out first. So yeah, just keep asking questions. If you have any suggestions, requests or anything, put it in the chat and I'll definitely get back to you on it. I was, you know, when it comes to Article 13, I was actually avoiding the whole topic for quite some time. And I was putting in comments on other people's channels where I was saying stuff like, you know, it's probably not as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's probably overhyped. And there's still a part of me that feels that way, but I think it's mostly me just trying to comfort myself. And the reality is that I'm actually terrified. I'm sitting here and just talking about it makes me frustrated. It makes me angry. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it's they can't take away my passion from me. I mean, as lame as that sounds, that is the truth. I'm you know, I'm almost reaching 40, and it took me 40 years to find my dream, my passion, and this is it. Like, to be honest, there wasn't any YouTube when I was a kid, so not much choice, but this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Gary Vee talks about it. You look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, what is it that you want to do for the rest of your life? Go do that. And this is it for me. I just want to make YouTube videos. I don't even care if I ever get AdSense again, if I don't get paid. Like, I just want to keep making content. I really do. That's the honest truth. I mean, I've made videos on YouTube since, I think it was like 2009 or so. So, you know, I'll find a way to express myself. I think that mostly it will be the podcast thing. And that's cool. I like podcasts. I listen to podcasts This is weird. You're not gonna believe me, because as much as I love YouTube, I spend a lot more time listening to podcasts than I do watching YouTube videos. And the simple reason is because I can work, I can do stuff while I'm listening. You know, it's very passive, a podcast. You can just listen. I know a lot of people, they watch my videos, but they don't actually watch them. They just listen to my videos. And that's cool too, you know, and that's why I started this new channel, Skrillium, where basically all I have is just nature sound and stuff like that. Hey, what's up there? We have another visitor. That's really cool. It's really cool. I'm sorry I didn't put information that I was gonna do a live stream. I wasn't actually planning it. I was gonna make this video about Article 13, and instead of hitting the record button, I used this software called OBS Studio, and instead of hitting the record button, I just went like, let's just live stream this thing, you know. Maybe there are people who want to show up, ask me questions, you know, just who knows. So I'm hoping for the best here. I really do. I think that somewhere down the line, Article 13 is gonna be like a bridge. This is just wishful thinking on my part. There is absolutely no logical sense here, but I'm really hoping that Article 13 will work as a bridge for copyright legislation, you know, creative stuff being protected, and YouTube stepping up the game on, you know, tracking for copyright material. And somehow they'll just, you know, interact in some amazing way. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, all I have is hope, really. And the biggest question I have, though, is say that they block YouTubers in Europe, because again, it's just going to affect European YouTubers. Say that they stop me from uploading again. What about my old videos? Like, if there's a chance that my channel could remain, I'm kind of okay with that, because I made like 1,000 videos. So if at least all of that doesn't go to waste, like I hope that they just don't start deleting all the European channels. That would be like so sad. What's up, Jim? Jim is a really cool YouTuber, guys. Like, if you're into retro gaming, you definitely want to check out Jim's Retro Zone. It's a really cool YouTube channel. I usually check out his live streams and his videos. Really awesome stuff. I'm kind of a retro gamer myself, although I'm a bit more for Nintendo, and he's like more into old hardcore, you know, like Commodore 64, like really old school computers. No problem, man. Glad to see you. I was really hoping Jim would show up. He's a really cool dude, and he was actually the first person who threw a super chat. Like the first live stream I ever did where it was possible to throw a super chat, Jim stepped up to the plate, which is really cool. Like, Jim, I will never ever forget it, really. So anyway, this video today is, yeah, moving to America. You know, I was actually joking. I was talking to my wife and I was like, we have to move to America. I don't see any choice. Like, if I have to move to America to make YouTube videos, I'm gonna have to, you know, it's just that, I don't know. I understand it's kind of difficult to get like a green card or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, again, Jim, super thanks for that. Like, really appreciated it. Oh, speaking of, you know, I'm, you know, it's important to keep track of what you have in your head. I just wanted to mention real quick, I have to like repeat myself again. This video is all about Article 13 and how European legislation is basically blocking European YouTubers. It's probably gonna happen, unfortunately, because it is what YouTube has said, that they are not able to take that much responsibility for copyright material. So the only option that they have is basically to block European YouTubers. This was said actually by Susan, the president of YouTube. is it president? Well, the boss, the big kahuna of YouTube basically said it. So, I mean, they won't say that as an empty threat. Like, I hope that the European Union somehow takes it in a good way and they find a way to bridge their differences. Because, again, the only people who are really getting screwed over here is me, like small YouTubers like me. And it's not fair because I haven't done anything wrong. Again, like, I don't upload copyright material. I use my own music tracks. I use, you know, everything that I have here it's just me, you know. So, decentralization, decentralized internet. Yeah, I mean, this is a good question, but I think it's a topic for my upcoming channel, Coffee with Vinny, where I'm going to be talking about all sorts of, I have a lot of thoughts on the subject, so I'll get back to that one because I think it's a really cool topic. There is a lot to talk about when it comes to decentralized internet. So I'm definitely making a mental note here. Actually, you know what? By the way, for those of you who are interested, again, I'm recording this live stream on my Mac Mini, which means that good computers, even from 2012, are very capable machines. I mean, I've got my Logitech camera connected to my Mac Mini. I've got my Blue Raspberry connected, and I'm doing a really cool live stream with you guys. And I have my computer, so I have my computer screen, so I can take notes while I'm making this video, which is so awesome. Let's see now. I have this app on my iPhone, which I also connect through my computer, and I can just throw in my episode ideas. And decentralized internet. Boom. It's a Coffee with Vinny episode idea. And I have a ton, just so you know. Yeah, I am starting a new channel. Hoping within a few weeks where it's going to be more my philosophy videos. For those of you who've seen my philosophy videos, you know that sometimes I can get a bit deep, a bit philosophical and talk about my opinions about the world and society, you know, just free thinking, just talking about my thoughts about life, just deep thoughts. I have a ton of that stuff in my head. No, don't know if it's a good thing or not. So I'm kind of hoping to start this channel in like a couple of weeks. That's all I can say. I'd like to start it now, but I have to have time to film it. So, and you know, I'm working every day as a consultant, so I don't have a lot of free time. Hoping this weekend, hoping at least to make one video. And I hope you guys will subscribe if you are interested in those type of videos. Okay, Jim has a cool theory here on YouTube went AI now during blackout last month. Oh, really? I haven't heard about that. I mean, if you think about it, the YouTube algorithm is AI. I mean, it is a form of intelligence where they actually rank different videos and thanks, man. So different videos get different rankings depending on how long people watch them, how many click on them, and then YouTube recommends different videos. So I would say that YouTube, in a way, has always been artificial intelligence, depending on what kind of definition of you have on artificial intelligence, which is also a good topic for my upcoming new channel, Coffee with Vinny. By the way, I don't know if you heard, but Chris Pirillo is back. He's been making videos for a couple of weeks now, which is really awesome. He's a difficult YouTuber to follow because he's a bit cranky sometimes, but man, do I admire him. He can talk virtually for hours. This is something that I have not mastered. And I know some of you guys think that I already make too long videos sometimes. But like I've got nothing on this guy. Like Chris Pirillo, he's the master of long videos. So yeah, let's see now. So I had some thoughts on this whole Article 13. I think I mentioned all of them, but I think, in essence, I think that, by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to just fill the top chat with it. Like, just ask away. I'll be here for a little while longer. If you have any questions, any requests, just put them in. Be glad to help. And this live stream will also be put as a podcast. Short reminder, all of my episodes are also on the podcast, because let's face it, I mean, if I just block with my hand, this is basically a podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jim. Cranky YouTubers are fun. I like Chris Pro, like, no exaggerations. 9 out of 10 times, I don't agree with him. He has a lot of opinions about tech, about all sorts of things, and I just don't believe in the theories that he has. But I just love listening to him talk because it's fun. Because you know what? This is where I respect Chris Perlow, and this is what I admire about him. And the kind of person, that YouTuber I want to be, is an honest one. And that's why I don't edit. And that's why I don't have scripts. And that's why I don't prepare as much. Because I believe this is the most honest way of communicating. Just, you know, talking with a friend. I mean, don't you get that feeling, me talking? You kind of get the idea. Like, I do have some points that I want to mention about Article 13. But other than that, I'm pretty open and just talking. And, you know, you probably feel comfortable asking me just about anything in the comment section or in the chat room. And that's what I want to aim for, you know, because I feel that a lot of YouTubers, they will do what it takes to get the most views, the most likes, the most comments. Like, I've seen a lot of tech YouTubers, they will say really crazy stuff just to get the heat up, you know. They'll say something like, iPhone is better than all Android devices, because they know that a lot of Android people will hate it, and they will put in angry comments, and angry comments translates into you know, interactive videos, which means that YouTube algorithm thinks, oh, this is a very popular video, no matter if it's negative or positive, and they'll start recommending the videos to other people. So, you know, yeah, a lot of YouTubers, they do what they can to maximize views. And don't get me wrong, you know, obviously I want to grow also. I want to also have views, but sometimes I feel like all I really have on YouTube is my credibility, you know? And I've done some mistakes. I've done a lot of mistakes through my YouTube career, but I would, like, for instance, I would never like show you a smartphone and go like, yeah, this smartphone is really awesome, and I have a link below to Amazon if you want to purchase it. This is a really good phone. Like, to me, that's not very credible. You know, I want to be able to have a bit of credibility, so I don't do that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's sad to think that this Article 13 is gonna probably stop me. Like, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm fearing for the worst, and that is that you're not gonna be able to see me in the near future, because YouTube will block all European YouTubers. And I'm terrified, I'm scared, and it's basically the second time this year where I'm completely terrified that my biggest passion in life is being taken away from me. The first time was, you know, when YouTube put up their new policy, and they you know, you had to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and it was so silly. It was so stupid of me, because that was all about monetization. That was all about AdSense. And at the time, I felt like they were trying to delete my channel, when that was not the point at all. That was all about monetization. And I love making money for YouTube. It's great feeling. It's not a lot, and I love doing it. But it's just a feeling, you know, to make money for something that you love. It's wonderful. It's definitely not something that I feel in my daily job as a consultant. So I just don't feel the same passion for it as I do for this thing. You know what I mean? So the little money that I do make from YouTube means so much more than what I make from my day job, which is a lot more, you know. So it was sad because that was all about monetization, and they never actually threatened to remove my channel. But ironically, doing what I did to get monetization, to get those subscribers, I did sub for sub and they deleted my channel. And I lost the channel, not I lost it, you know, YouTube didn't delete it, I deleted it basically, because I did the shady things that led to it being deleted. So that was the first time I was fearful for my channel and my passion. And now it's like the second time. I can feel it all over again. And what's really horrible now is like the wait, you know, it's like you're waiting for your fate to be decided. And I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to think that people are overreacting. But you know, I've been listening to a lot of big YouTubers in Europe, and a lot of big YouTubers are actually terrified. And that tells me something. It tells me that prepare for the worst, basically. So it is a good idea that if you have Twitter or Instagram, you should hook me up there, because hook me up there, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, keep in mind, I may not be on YouTube forever. Not by choice. Not by choice, unfortunately. The way I feel is that even if they remove monetization, but they just let me make videos, I'll make videos till the day I'll die. Like, seriously, I'll be on my deathbed vlogging. That's how much I love it. Seriously. There is nothing on this planet that I enjoy doing as much as this. And I mean that. Like, it's a lot. And that's why I keep starting these new channels, because I have so many ideas that I want to explore, test new ideas. And I've always felt a super gratitude. I've always appreciated YouTube for letting me do that, for letting me connect to people. And yeah, Jim, Twitch is a good idea, but you know what? I think it's the same thing. Basically, the new Article 13 thing, it's for all social medias have to take responsibility for anything copyright material that's being used. So I don't know if Twitch, I mean, if YouTube is saying that they can't handle this new responsibility, I don't think that a smaller company like Twitch is gonna be able to either. So it's scary. Like, it's dark age scary. I can't believe it. Like, I really hope that I'm, and not just me, but me and a lot of YouTubers, we're just overreacting. Like, nothing is bad is gonna happen, but we'll just see, you know. I felt it was important to make this video, which turned out to become a live stream, because again, did you notice the small community tab? Have you seen my community tab on my channel, where I can just do these posts, which is really cool. I've been waiting for it. You have to have like 1,000 subscribers in order for it to work. So there you can follow me. I can post short messages and polls and stuff. Polls are so great because it gives me an indication what you guys actually want me to upload and stuff like that. So it's really cool. So I'm really happy about that. Oh, I just got a text from my wife. She wants me to help her out with something downstairs. But we're gonna talk a few more minutes. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm just gonna text her back. Like, just a small tip. If I've been married for 10 years, if you want to have like a healthy relationship with whoever, key is communication. Right, that's taken care of. No, exactly. You don't want to get in trouble. Like, couldn't live without my wife. She's seriously, like, I was like so depressed before I met her. You won't even believe. Antidepressants, therapy. I was a wreck, complete wreck before I met her. So You gotta cherish the things in life that are important. And yeah, I think for me it's very simple. I really love, I think it's so interesting. Life is so complicated, but I don't care what you have, like whatever feels good. I've noticed that life is not about choices. It's not about, choosing what you want to do with your life. I think it's more like the more I get older, the more I realize that it's more about finding who you are, not choosing who you are, finding who you are. And I've found a couple of things. One thing, I really love that person who is my wife, and she's the light in my life. And then I love YouTube, making YouTube videos. Those are like almost the two things that are the most important to me, that I'm certain of beyond any doubt. Like whatever I do for her or for YouTube, it's never work because I love doing it, Anything else, I have mixed feelings. Let's just put it that way. Anything else other than my wife and YouTube, I have very mixed feelings, and I'm not sure that I want to be doing. So I don't care what you have in your life. Like if it's religion, cool. Like if you love your work, cool. Like seriously, you love doing it, you have to stick with it. That's like the only thing that I'm sure of in life, I mean, obviously, like if you're into drugs, then maybe you should stay away from that. But I think you get the point that I'm trying to make. Like you have to really focus on the things that are important to you. Sometimes you can forget about it, but I think deep down inside, we all really know what's important for us. Unfortunately, the European Union, they do not understand what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be protecting small people from big companies. That was the whole idea, the fundamentals of the European Union. And now what they're doing is basically stopping a lot of creative people on YouTube just so Sony can make a few more billions per year. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's wrong, And I can imagine that the pressure on the European Union is very great, because they do have laws and legislations, and companies with great lawyers, they find ways to put pressure on the establishment. And the European Union in turns is putting a lot of pressure on YouTube. And so that's the situation we're at. The only weird thing is that I think that this should push further down. This should push, like, at least give us YouTubers a chance to do something for our situation. We are given no choice, and that's the part that I hate. For us YouTubers who have done nothing wrong, we're still being forced away for something we didn't even have any options in. Like, again, I don't use copyright material. I have done nothing wrong. I'm repeating myself a lot through this video because it's a live stream. People come and go and stuff like that. So exactly, Jim. The people in power are the cause of everything that happens. That's precisely what I mean. So it's really sad. So I mean, there isn't a lot of choice, and it's very important to remember that if you have like a passion for YouTube like me, you can't depend on this one source of income. And to be honest though, like, forget about YouTube. Like, I think that most of us, you guys also and me, we rely on our paychecks from our jobs, even the ones that we hate. And we probably should be making more moves to get like more passive income. You know what I mean? Like, we should probably start making digital products, write ebooks. I've heard insane stories about people getting passive income for doing stuff, for basically not being experts or really putting in enough time. I'll give you an example just from my own life. Like, there is one video that I made recently. I mean, there are a lot of examples, but there are a lot of videos that I've made where I just talk for like 4 minutes. Like, recently I did this video on this Philip wake up lamp, you know, that I have, the alarm clock. And I think I talk about like 4 minutes or something. I get like passive income from this video where I just talk for 4 minutes. That's it. I just hit the record button and just talk. I did a little bit of editing. All right, I did that, but I have tons of examples on videos that I haven't. But I just think this one is interesting because I talk for 4 minutes, just giving you my review, and I make passive income, like, you know, like $50 per month. That's, to me, that's a lot of money for 4 minutes of work, and it's passive. I don't have to do anything. Like, I actually make money through the night, so it's cool, you know. And I think we should probably all focus on finding stuff like that, even if you're not really interested in it. I think it's probably better than just working for a paycheck, because at the end of the day, you know, when you're working for a paycheck, like, there are videos that I made last year that I still make, that I make money on, but all the work that month. Oh, something is happening with the live stream. Can you guys see me? Just can you just confirm that you're still seeing? Was a little bit of wiggle and on the screen there. I'm just worried that maybe you just are we still live streaming? Awesome, good, just checking. Yeah, passive income could be a good idea for you guys. I want to do more like stuff like, my ideas for next year is to start writing ebooks actually. Yeah, Vinny the writer. Oh, it's done now? All right. It's weird because it still looks like I'm still recording. Wonder how this whole thing works. Well, I've been talking for like 52 minutes, so I think that I'm gonna stop there. Like, I feel I've mentioned everything that I wanted to mention today. Appreciate so much that you guys came to the chat and watched this video live. And if you have any thoughts, any suggestions, any ideas, what I should do, I mean, let's be honest. Like, if I have to stop making videos, the podcast will remain. So you should check out podcasting if it's not something that you're doing already. If you haven't, like, if you don't get the idea of a podcast, like, trust me, I was a bit skeptical. I don't like radio, for instance, but podcast, I listen way more to podcasts than I watch YouTube videos per week. So check it out. I'm on Spotify, I'm on iTunes, I'm basically anywhere where you can find a podcast, you will find a Vinny podcast. And it's just these episodes. It's not anything different about it. You just basically get to hear me talk. And so it's a cool idea, I think. Okay, I guess that's it for me. Thank you so much again for stopping by, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, take care.